Good afternoon, Yankee fans. How's everybody doing? Well, we are back. I don't know if it'll be good or if it's torture, but I am not happy about the lineup, everyone. I do have the lineup, and in the comments I put lineup, oh my God. It's enough really to make you scratch your head. But first of all, how's everybody's day going? I hope everybody's doing well. As you come into the stream, if it's your first time, please press the subscribe button. And as you go in and out, press the like button. Really appreciate it. Means a lot to us. Hey, Jake, how you doing? Yeah, I know I'm getting to the lineup in a couple of seconds. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. They are looking for the fans to really revolt on them. They really are. This lineup is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. You've got to be kidding me. Are you serious? You got to be kidding. Trent Grisham leading off. Give me a break. Dominguez deserves to be in there, and leave him in there. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well, and you're continuing this great holiday weekend. So let's just get to the lineup first, guys. We have Trent Grisham leading off. We have Aaron Judge batting second, Bellinger hitting third, Ben Rice hitting fourth, Chisholm hitting fifth, Dominguez hitting sixth, Volpe hitting seventh, Wells hitting eighth, and Peraza nonetheless batting ninth. Boy, oh boy, that's a great 7, 8, and 9 hitters, isn't it? What a lineup. What a lineup. You got to be kidding me. You just can't fathom what is up with this team. What is up with this team? I'm so lost for words. Ken from The Ugly Truth is going to be calling this fantastic game coming up. Is with us. How you doing, Ken?
Not bad. How about yourself?
I was good until I saw this throw-up lineup.
What's wrong with it?
What do you mean? You don't? First
of all, I haven't seen it. I don't know what the lineup is.
Trent Grisham leading off. That's number one. Judge 2, Bellinger 3, Rice 4, Chisholm 5, Dominguez 6, Volpe 7th, Wells 8th, Peraza 9th.
Okay.
What a winning combination.
Well, what would you do different?
First of all, Peraza has no reason to be in this lineup.
So you'd rather have DJ in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's number one. Number two, as we all said in the morning show, Dominguez belongs in the leading off. No question about it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Judge,
you know the thing that you should be thankful for? That he's actually in the lineup, because we were taking bets this morning that he wouldn't even be in the lineup.
Yeah, Jake, DJ is hitting more than Peraza. Anybody's hitting more than Peraza. Give me a break. Anybody.
Does DJ's defense match up to Peraza?
Doesn't matter.
Sure.
You got 9 outs in the bottom of the lineup. 9 outs.
You scatter them out. If you scatter them through the lineup, there's still going to be 9 outs.
Whatever. The Met lineup.
It's not whatever. The lineup is the lineup.
Marte leads off. Lindor bats second. Soto bats third. Alonso fourth. Nimmo fifth. Vientos 6, Torrent 7, McNeil 8, and Taylor 9th. The pitching matchup is Carlos Rodon against Frankie Montas. Montas has like 1 or 2 starts. He's got a 6 ERA. And Carlos Rodon is 9-5, 106.2 innings. His ERA is very, very good at 2.95. I don't know.
Respectable.
Oh yeah, Rodon's going to keep us in the game. There's no question. There's no question. But he's got to keep his cool, obviously.
Personally, I'm not worried about the lineup. What I'm worried about is after Rodon is done.
Right. Well, we didn't get into that. We didn't get into the bullpen yet. We did not get into the bullpen yet.
The bullpen has cost us 4 games, or 4 out of the 5 games that we had lost. Weaver has been in 3 straight appearances and given up 3 massive home runs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure where you go with the bullpen right now as it is.
Well, we definitely have to count on Williams, really. Williams and Lasagna. Those are your 2 that you can like semi-count on at this point.
But you know, Money in the Bank, Joe, Lasagna is pitching 1 inning, and that's it.
Right.
Because if he goes out for the second, he's getting hammered.
True. I was crying about that since he came back. His first inning has been great. His second inning stinks.
Actually, the first 2 batters of his first inning are great. Then he starts to have issues.
Yeah. Jake says he pitched 2 innings in Toronto, I think. Yes, he did. He did pitch 2 innings, and he did pitch pretty well. We're going to bring up the Missing Mornings co-host. How you doing?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
He's not missing. He's lost in Connecticut.
Yeah, and actually, I'm stuck at the Cape right now.
Cape, I mean, excuse me. He's not made it back to Connecticut yet.
No, I was supposed to be in Connecticut by about an hour ago.
Wow.
How's everybody doing, though?
All right. How you doing? We were just going over the lineup. What are your thoughts?
Okay, I don't want to go off on a rant, so I won't. But I'm going to say one thing. I wish they would leave the Martian at leadoff and give him a week. Give him a week, 6-7 games, let's say, and see how he does at leadoff. Because after yesterday, I just don't understand why but I know there's an analytic reason why, and I'm sure I just think this consistency needs to start happening with the lineup. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Oh, look, I mean, I'm happy that Dominguez is in the lineup.
Me too.
That's number 1. I just think that it looks like he gives the Yankees a big spark from the top of the lineup. You know, and then maybe, and the thing is, if you change Grissom and Dominguez, is there going to be that much of a difference? Because I'm just saying, if you put Dominguez leading off, he's a spark. I mean, yeah, Grissom has had a couple of good, beginning of the games and all of that. But if this guy is going to be your leader, this guy is going to be your guy, try him. They can't have 2 lineups the same.
No, I feel like I'm going nuts.
Is different today than yesterday?
I said the analytics. I'm sure there's an analytical reason, lefty, righty, this, that, blah, blah. But we need there. I want to see some consistency out of our lineup. Let's keep it at least remotely similar. But as I said, I'm sure there's a reason behind this. So.
Oh yeah, I mean analytics and stuff like that. I'm just saying that bottom of the lineup 7, 8, 9 is. And then, of course, that's usually when the crucial part of the game comes up. And they're always up, or it's Volpe, as we know. And it's not the question of bashing him. Look what's happening.
Yeah.
Look what's happening. It's the same old thing, and they leave the guys on base, and they don't move runners over. And then so you're bringing in Peraza for defense. Okay, you're going to get what, 3 strikeouts, and you know how many times he's going to come up in the clutch? It always happens. If he comes up with 2 outs in the inning, fine, nobody on, okay, great. But it never works out that way. No. If it isn't Volpe, it's Peraza. If it isn't that, it's what do you call DJ? You never get the good guys.
Okay, that I do want to ask Ken about, and you, Joe. What are we going to do about getting Jazz back to second? Do we want him back to second? A, I want him back to second. B, what are we going to do? How can we fill that void? And who could we pick up at the trade deadline without spending tons of money? Who are some options out there for third base that we could? I know we made a move for somebody who we possibly could do this with, but is there anyone out there that we could possibly get that we know is ready to take on that role?
The only guy I can think of is IKF. That makes sense.
He keeps being brought up.
That won't cost the bundle. Now, if you're saying the guy on the Diamondbacks, darn well you're going to be giving up somebody good, and probably 2 or 3 plays.
Yeah.
Two major ones and maybe a Midland bottom guy. But you're not, IKF you could probably get away with maybe 1. Who knows? Could even be cash considerations. Who the hell knows with that? Or a draft pick down the line. But it's gonna be difficult. I don't know. Maybe the Yankees will surprise us and they'll really add to the payroll. We don't know. I mean, in past years, no, they would not. But they might. Why not? What's
Hal said he didn't want to.
Maybe with the mouth watering of Hal, going to the World Series last year, maybe he'll change his tune.
Yeah.
If they didn't get to the World Series, then they would have, Brian and this and that. But Hal is saying, okay, we went to the World Series last year, this and that. We could do this. If the trade thing gets crazy. It gets crazy. I mean, that's all. I mean, but look down the line. Every third baseman right now that you're going to get for, like an okay package, he's either being sent down to the minors, he's weak hitting, or what, or going to be a free agent at the end of the year. So it's pick your poison. I mean, we're only saying the facts. We're not lying here. We're saying the facts. Jonathan is saying that Clark Smith has likely UCL tear and is expected to require Tommy John surgery, Aaron Boone said.
Kind of knew that was coming, to be honest. I wanted to be positive about it, but I saw his mechanics. I saw how he was pitching, and I went, this isn't good. This isn't right. And the minute they took him out, I went, this isn't good. But I was hoping I was trying to be positive about it. I was trying to be positive about it, but I kind of knew this was going to happen, sadly. And I hate being that type of person who goes mentally there, in the negative way. But I don't know what we're going to do here. Ken, you've been quiet.
Well, everybody's concerned about IKF and third base. You might as well squash that crap. We're not picking anyone up from the bat and to play third base. The news that you have in front of you puts a starting pitcher in the front line. Plus, we need 3 bullpen arms. That would be 4 acquisitions at a trade deadline, which is ridiculous. It's a haul.
That's a lot. Yeah.
You have limited bullets to shoot, and I hate to tell you, if you want somebody good sitting up in the up in the starting rotation, you can kiss Ben Rice goodbye.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Yeah.
Who do you have that's a quantifiable trade candidate for a top leverage starter? Nobody, unless you're willing to start talking Lombard, Spencer Jones, and they're not going to cash those guys in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're right.
So the point with the lineup, they've been scoring runs. The lineup is not the problem; it's the bullpen.
Yeah.
And in the postseason, you're going to need rotation help. We're going to be able to march out Marcus Stroman or Will Warren? No. Hell, they didn't trust Will Warren or Marcus Stroman enough last year to let him even throw a pitch in the postseason.
Yeah.
What has changed other than he's gotten worse this year from last year?
Yeah, exactly. Backup Binge Podcast says another potential TJ surgery for an MLB player. It's getting out of hand. With limit long-term pitching deals, see Corbin Burns. It's absolutely getting nuts. Also, Real Bill, welcome to the stream. And it looks like a new person here on the in here. Jordy, how you doing? Schmidt TJ surgery. Yep. And well, we knew this was happening. I mean, the minute he came out the other night, we all had our suspicions. So now it just came out official. Well, we knew our suspicions. We knew that was going to happen. So what do we do about it? That's the key. What do we do about it? Graham says, I've been saying all season we need another high-end starting arm since the start of the season. While Cole went down.
I kind of thought the same thing, but I kind of thought we had solved that when we signed Max Fried. I was going, okay, that's kind of our backup plan, and as long as we get Schmidt back healthy and Hill back healthy, and I thought we'd be okay. But seeing that Clark's gone down, I'm a little iffy about our rotation, and I have every right to be, in my opinion. I think every Yankee fan has.
Everybody in their right mind has to think that way. Jordy's saying, how about possibly going after DeGrom?
No.
Injury history.
Right. Bad injury history, $37 million contract per year.
No. In a magical land, DeGrom probably would have fit with this team very well, but his injury history scares me. That's my only issue.
His injury history would have fit perfectly on the team.
Actually, yeah, now you say that.
We signed big money contracts with players who get hurt and don't play.
Yeah.
Graham says Rendon is okay, but he's a number 3, not a number 2. You guys agree with that?
His numbers don't suggest that, especially this season.
Well,
I agree.
Yeah, no, you agree that he's a number 2?
I agree. I think he's a number 2.
I agree he's a number 2 also, especially this year. I mean, obviously, if you had Cole, then you have an argument because Cole, Fried, then Rendon. But and then don't forget about our injured pitcher that's coming back in Eel. I mean, the rookie of the year last year. So he's another one. Well, we're hoping Jody, about our rookie of the year last year. He will be in this weekend. He's throwing, and they might bring him down to either double A or single A to start throwing some innings. It's late July, I hear, Jordy. I would think he would come back after the trade deadline. So that's like picking up a major pitcher, down the line. But one thing I agree with Ken. If you're going to go after relief pitcher, his suggestion is the guy in was it the Angels, right? He's on the. I mean, he goes around every team and he's successful everywhere. He's a little older, but I believe he would help the Yankees. Maybe not be a closer, but he'd be the closest thing to shoring up the bullpen.
Kenley Jansen is a baller. I would definitely not put him in the closer role because I think Williams is actually a better closer.
Right.
Although Jansen doesn't blow, and he would definitely be an alternative. The other thing that the Angels have is a pitcher by the name of Reed Detmer.
Mm-hmm.
He is a bullpen arm, and he is a left-hander.
Okay. Is he he's like a specialist, right, Ken?
He can get right-handed batters out.
Okay.
He's got a few years of control, but he is definitely a baller from the left arm. We got one left-handed bullpen arm. That's Tim Hill, he's all right for what he is, but he's not that guy that you want facing right-handed batters.
No.
So if you got a stack of lefties that you're going up against, yesterday was a classic example. Hill came in to face Nemo. They were taking a dump when he had to face Lindor, and Lindor bailed him out. Then he went after Soto. He got Soto.
Yeah. Well.
So I mean, he is what he is. He's good at getting lefties out because he's got that unusual arm angle that he throws from, and he can clip the inside of the strike zone consistently on left-handers above their hands, which keeps them out of the power zone.
Yeah, no question about that. But I don't know. They've got so many problems at one time.
I agree.
Problems in one time. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. I mean, it's crazy. It's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. Hey, Jason, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. He's saying even though he's hurt, throw on Ben Joyce for next year. Okay. Ben Joyce is another pitcher, or I think I've heard of him. I'm not 100% sure. I got to brush up a little bit more on the minor leagues. I mean, I've been concentrating on like 3 or 4 guys, and I haven't really been seeing anything else. So
he's on the Angels. He's got a 6.23 ERA. He's given up 3 earned runs. He's only pitched 5 games though. But
okay, gotcha.
I believe that he was a Tampa Bay Ray at one point.
Me too. I think he was.
Yes.
I think he was in the AL East, and he burned our house down more than one time.
No, they're saying just the Angels he played for. That's weird.
Different Joyce then.
Yeah, Ben Joyce played just for the Los Angeles Angels 2023 to present. But I know what you're talking about, Ken and Joe. There's another Joyce that played for the Rays.
Yes, Matt Joyce.
There we go. Yeah,
it was a hitter. That was a left-handed hitter. He was pretty good too. He used to, of course, kill the Yankees.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I remember there was a Joyce, and it wasn't good against the Yankees. I thought it might have been a pitcher, although a lot of Tampa hitters used to thump the hell out of us too. So,
Nathan's got a good question for you, Ken. Do you think we should go after Abbott now from the Reds?
I've said that since Jump Street.
What do you think, Joe?
Abbott is truly a number 3 pitcher who's pitching like a 1.
Yeah, he is. Is Cincinnati still in the race? They're not going to get rid of him.
That's my thoughts.
You know what? Cincinnati could possibly move him if they get something that helps Tito with the next year roster.
Yeah. I guess that's true. Yeah.
And God's honest truth, Ellie De La Cruz is a fantastic hitter, but he is doo-doo as a shortstop. He is absolutely horrible. And he is going to end up in the outfield before it's all said and done.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. Let's see.
Could you move Abbott for somebody like Arias?
You mean Roderick?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Jake just scared me. He said Abbott got rocked in his last outing.
Yeah, he got rocked in the first inning and then stabilized.
Yeah.
It was against the Phillies, and it was yesterday. I was watching the game.
Philly's got a decent team, so I'm not too concerned about that.
Graham goes, I'd be hammering on the Brew Crew door and asking what they want for Peralta. They do trade players even when they're in the race.
The only reason they'd be willing to trade Peralta is because they've got Brandon Woodruff about to make his season debut tomorrow.
Right. And Graham is going Keller. I think the Mets have that cornered. I think the Mets are going to give them what they want. They're going to take Keller. From the looks of it, what I'm hearing from Met beat writers, I would just about tell you Keller's going to be a Met in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So I think you can take that off. And don't even think about their number one starter. That is not going to happen. It's not even worth to discuss.
You know who else was talking about Keller? Kansas City, of all teams.
Don't they have a Keller? Or they had a Keller?
They had one.
Yeah. I was going to say, what are they doing? They're not going anywhere this year.
The problem with this year for them has been injuries to the rotation and the bullpen.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's true.
If you look at the Central, you got the Tigers and then everybody else.
Right. Exactly.
Could they?
And the Tigers. I don't care what anybody says. They're going to land a top flight starter. No question in my mind. They're going to land a top flight starter.
I will tell you what. Everyone's talking about Peralta. I could see him wearing Dodger blue.
Oh, no.
Peralta is going to draw a high price tag, and the Dodgers, with all the free agent signings and whatnot, they have a deep farm system, a lot of which they can capitalize from. Hell, they can send several starting pitchers like Dustin May and Gonsolin without breaking a sweat.
The only way the Phillies, Merck, they don't win that division is if the Mets get healthier with the pitching and add another pitcher. So if they add Minaya and he's healthy, and they get another pitcher like a Keller or somebody like that, I think they're going to be okay. They'll be a lot better than they are today. They would be. I mean, let's face it. The Phillies, the bottom of the lineup, they don't scare me one iota. You get past the first 4 or 5 guys, and it's kind of like the Yankees. After now today Dominguez, what scares you in that lineup? Wells strikes out 50% of the time, basically. Volpe, we don't know what's up with him. And Peraza, I mean, I think you and I can get him out. So it's scary. I don't think the Phillies are as good as people think. I know they're in first place, but they do have holes too, and they're counting a lot on Castellanos. A lot of times he goes to bed certain times of the year, and he's okay in the playoffs, but they have problems. I mean, Harper never is hurting. Their starting catcher is definitely aging, and there's even mumbling that he may retire after this year or next year. So, I mean, the Phillies by no means are a perfect team, and they have holes. If the Mets plug those holes up with that Met lineup through and through, I would say the Mets would win that division. Only if the pitching gets healthy, though, of course. Ken is shaking his head.
They are relying on people like Frankie Montas and Clay Holmes.
Well, that's 2/5 or 40% of their rotation. But I'm saying if they get Mania back and they trade for another, either like a number 2 starter, they'll be back in the race of things. That's all I'm saying.
You know when you're going to see what Mania has to give the Mets in September, because he's going through an abbreviated rehab. They're trying to jam him up as quickly as possible because their rotation is so bad. It'll be something similar to what we did to Clark Smith. He will be on a severe pitch count limit up to bat because he's not going to be fully stretched out when they bring him up.
Right.
They can't afford it, and with him not being fully stretched out, guess what? His fastball isn't fully stretched out either. And he's changed his pitching style so that he's throwing crossfire, basically a sidearm thrower, which he was not before.
No.
So with him getting limited reps, he's going to leave stuff out over the plate that's not going to have the velocity that it did last year, and kabloomy. So that's 60% of their starting rotation that is not going to help.
Well,
so they're going to have to make a big trade.
And they will. I believe they will.
Well,
I believe.
Who are they going to go get? Sandy Alcantara?
No. I think they're going to get Keller, who's a very good pitcher. That's what I think they're going to do. And it wouldn't surprise me if they went out and they got a relief pitcher. Listen, they have an open checkbook, so they don't have to worry. They do not have to worry. It's making the right call.
The checkbook only makes a difference in the off season. At the trade deadline, it's trade capital. What do the Mets have to trade?
Well,
that's like us. We're in the same jam. If Hal decided to open the checkbook up, the amount of money he's willing to spend doesn't make any damn difference if we don't have the players to get the movement done.
Right.
Exactly.
Well,
and I don't honestly, I'm not really a huge National League guy, so I don't know what the Mets farm system is comprised of. I don't know where they rank at, who their top prospects are. Are their top prospects arms? Are they positional players?
There's a few arms, and there are a couple of. I don't offhand, honestly, I don't know their names, but I do know they keep talking about it. Even on the Met games, the announcers and all, and they would like a couple of them to come up, or maybe in a trade to help this, because their lineup is solid. There's no question. From 1 to 9, they have a very good lineup.
Their third base is shaky.
But they get production out of it.
They get production, but they can't get fielding out of it. That's why they moved Vientos off of it completely.
Right.
Because he was a soup sandwich. Every time the ball got hit to him, he either threw it in the stands or just flat out flagged it and missed.
You know what wouldn't surprise me? If IKF went to the Mets.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that IKF would be a target, and the other one that I was looking at, Graham pointed out, is Chapman.
Yeah. But the Red Sox, listen, if this division stays the way it is, the Red Sox are going to be in it all the way through.
Red Sox are moving salary. They've got Story on the block.
Yep.
They've got Duran on the block.
They're unloading, as you said, Ken. Yeah.
They're trying to bring up. They've got a lot of top prospects that are major league ready. That's why they brought the 3 up right off the bat. And one of the other outfielders is available. So they're trying to move contracts. They said that I've already read at least 4 reports that said that Chapman is available to move.
Mm-hmm. And he's pitching great. I mean, I just don't know what he can do in the big, here in New York again. I mean, with the Mets, because I seriously doubt the Yankees are even going to go anywhere near there.
Walker Buehler was another one that was mentioned that is movable by the Red Sox.
Yeah, I think he had a clash with them or something. He's not happy over there. So
yeah,
I have a feeling that he's going to go too. That's why the deadline trade talk on Wednesday, July 16th. it's going to be so interesting because I'm sure there's going to be names like, oh, really? That he's connected to this or he's connected to that. And I think that's going to be a pretty, and hopefully there are some trades by then. We do have some time. We have 11 days or so. So, it is possible that the Yankees might make a move. Yankees really are forced, and the teams know it now. That's the problem.
D-Rel's.
What?
D-Rel's 93. I think that your top pitchers are actually Manaea and Peterson when Manaea gets back. Senga's been off and on the IL. I think he's on the shelf right now on the IL.
Okay. So that's another thing. It's like this IL thing. It's terrible.
The Mets have been hit hard in the rotation in the pen with injuries, and the way that Diaz pitches, God knows what you're going to get when he comes out.
Mm. You're right.
I mean, they would almost be better off sticking Holmes back into the pen.
Oh, okay. He's coming back. Yeah, Senga's coming back next week, going by what D-Rel's 93 is saying.
Okay.
And if you look on the bright side for the Mets, I mean, as bad as no pitching, they're half a game out. They're literally a half a game out of first place.
How many games were they up before they started their slide?
What?
How many games up were they before they started their slide? They had the best record in baseball.
Right.
They have tanked right next to the Yankees, both teams. I think there's a 1-game differential until yesterday on our records. And you know what that means? They stunk just as much as we did.
Oh, yeah, they both went down together. It's like usually what happens is when the Mets lose, the Yankees win. And now it's like they both lose. And now they can't both lose because they're playing each other. So it's about time somebody's going to win a game. And hopefully it's on our side tonight.
Yes.
But, long and short, neither one of these teams have been playing well. They were in first place and they lost first place. We were in first place and we lost first place.
Yeah. How about
we had what, a 7-game lead and tanked it in 5 weeks? Yeah. They had a bigger lead than we did, and they tanked it quicker than we did.
How about taking a chance on I know he hasn't been pitching that great on Hader. Did you guys take a chance on him?
Josh Hader?
Yeah.
They're not moving him. They're actually in first place in the division.
I thought that they might want to do that because because he hasn't been tearing it up there, but right now they're in first place. You're right.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to see who would make sense. Who right now can make the teams that are going to
the teams that are going to lose closers at the end of the season to free agency are probably more willing to move folks. That means that Ryan Helsley is more likely to move than any other closer out there. The Twins are trying to be competitive. They're looking at possibly moving their closer. Duran, I believe is his name. Angels are possibly moving their closer, Kenley Jansen.
Mm-hmm.
Chapman is already been put up to be moved. So that's 5 closers right off the bat. And there are probably a couple more there.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
So there's going to be arms available. But remember last year, Tanner Scott, 3-month rental. Padres brought him on board. He did a fantastic job for him, but it cost them their first prospect, second prospect, third prospect, fourth prospect, and their 25th prospect. So they basically cleaned out the shelf for a 3-month rental.
Wow. CT, what do you have to? Hey, Jody, how you doing? Welcome back to the screen. How you doing?
Finnegan, Graham's bringing up another one. Finnegan from the National.
Well, what do you think about that? I like him, but he's also torture. I mean, I've seen a lot of him against the Mets, man. Oh my God! It's
Yo, guys in the chat, all fans are welcome here. If they support the Mets, they can talk their team up. It's not an issue.
Right. No question about it. We talk any team. If you have a question about your team, you're more than welcome to bring it on. We have no problem with that. It's called Yankee Mania, but you know what? We'll talk it. We'll talk anything because it's great to talk about it and to keep knowledge because the Yankees may play a team that you like in a playoff or in a World Series. So you need to stay on top, and you can't just be narrow-minded and it's Yankees, 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 Yankees. You have to know a little. You have to know a little bit about a few other clubs.
Graham, I agree that the O's are going to move Batista, and I think that the Phillies are actually the landing spot for him. The other bullpen arm that I think the O's are going to move is Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Yeah. That's another guy who's, why did the Phillies get rid of this guy? Was he a free agent or did they just trade him?
I don't know.
Because I mean, he's done good. I mean, why would they give up an arm like that?
They might have, when they signed their new closer, I know they walked from their old one.
Mm-hmm.
And it might have been a similar situation why they walked from him. I don't know the specifics off the top of my head, but I know that he has been one of the relief arms that has held the O's pen together.
Cool. Yeah. Hey Ken, when you get 2 seconds, can you check your text, please?
Sure.
Hey, I gotta let you guys go, Joe. I'm sorry. I gotta get going for a little bit. But what time is the play-by-play tonight? What time are you guys starting? 4?
I'm starting at 4. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll catch you guys on there. I'm sorry, Joe. I just have a lot going on today.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Say hello to the family. God bless you all.
Well, and thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you for supporting and stay with us and keep coming back. Let's go Yankees, guys. Take care.
Go Yankees.
Yep. Give me a sec, Joe.
Okay. You want to go off? Okay. All right. So let's see. LB. JC for Jason Adam, Grissom and Peraza for Sosa, Rice for Joyce Jung, and Bobby Milner. Call up out. You know what, LB? How about we put you as GM? I mean, that's a really good thought out situation you have there. You know what? You might be right about Alex Johnson. He's having a very good year. He's having a very, very good year. It's just amazing. All of a sudden, he's becoming a hitter. He's actually becoming a hitter. And I'm like, wow. So, bringing that up, that's very good, LB. And then on a day that we have the deadline trade talk, bring that up, man. Bring that up. I'd love to hear what other creators would say about that. Some of that is very, very good. Good for you, LB. Good for you. Good research. We good, Ken? Okay. Ken, take a look at some of that trade stuff from LB. What do you think? Well thought out.
The question, LB, is Josh Young
Yeah,
was just sent down to the minor leagues. So is that someone that you're wanting to drop a player like Rice on? Call up Alex.
Alex Johnson's that third catcher they have.
He's the catcher that we picked up from the Reds in the
yes,
Cruz and Trevino trade.
And he was an ex Tampa Bay Ray.
Yeah, he couldn't hit his weight at the major leagues in the spring training. How's he doing in the minor leagues?
He's doing very well. I don't have the complete stat, but I know he's doing very well.
Well, I knew that Jackson had defensive chops, just nothing behind the dish as far as hitting at the plate.
Yeah, Josh Graham is saying you're right, and I'm glad we didn't go after him. That would have been a big problem. You know, we don't need another deadbeat at third base. We need somebody who's going to hit that ball. Okay, I think we have a new person. Light 44, fire Mike Hockley. Wow, that's the first I heard of that. Yankees need modern bullpen coach that uses data and analytics and help Matt Blake. Mike Hockley is old school approach, nothing coach. Okay, do we know for sure that he's not? He has all analytics. It's not coming from him. 44. If you're right, then it makes a lot of sense. But we don't know because I mean, obviously the Yankees do everything close to the vest.
Harkey is the longest tenured coach in the Yankee organization.
Yes, he is. And he survived quite a few coaches. He definitely survived, a few coaches. I know a lot of people get on our third base coach, the ex-Met manager. If anybody was supposed to be relieved, he should have been relieved moons ago. He was left over from Girardi's staff, and Rothschild was pitching coach then. Yes, correct. He also gave up a lot of home runs to Paul O'Neill. If you want to hear it, if you want to know about it, you put in his name and put in Paul O'Neill. He's given up a lot of home runs to Paul O'Neill. But that's good. Thanks for coming on. And if it's your first time, please think about subscribing. It's for free, as you know, and press the like button, and you'll never miss any notifications.
That's actually an interesting comment because a lot of the people talk that they want to move more so away from analytics, and this is one that wants to move towards it.
Yes. Yeah, weird. Now somebody brought up, Ken. I was reading one of the articles this morning that. And I don't know if I really agree with this, but they're saying that Girardi would be a really good manager right now because he doesn't take no bull crap. But is he in touch with today's players? That's what I'm worried about.
He is a younger version of Billy Martin. He gets short results with conflict, but over a prolonged period of time, he's not going to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember from his last tour, he was at odds with the team. He was at odds with the media. There was no solace any which way you looked at it. He went to Philly and tried the same monkey crap and got canned during the middle of the season. His replacement ended up taking him to the series.
Yep.
So that tells you right there that there was nothing wrong with the team. He just couldn't get them to play.
Right.
And if you're knifing him in the back and hit him over the head with a bat every day, I wouldn't play for you either.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I didn't agree with the guy. I was mesmerized because they said Girardi will embarrass the player. He'll do whatever it takes to make noise. If he has to embarrass you, he's a very smart baseball man. Don't get me wrong. So is Aaron Boone, but the managerial skills, rather
You know
it's
what?
because of analytics, I don't know.
Before I brought Girardi in, I'd bring John Smoltz in to be the manager.
Oh yeah, he'll love to have the Yankees lose every day. Are you kidding?
But at least he'd come in and you knew that he was going to hate the players and the team and everybody else on the planet.
Yep. Hell yeah, definitely. I still believe I would love for them to take a chance. I mean, it's too bad Willie, is up in age a little bit. Willie Randolph would have been perfect for this team. He's a great mentor. He knows he knows the players. He's been all around. He's been a captain. I think he would have been perfect for this team. But, I don't think at 70, I guess he's 70, 71 years old. I don't think he would want that responsibility. What I'd like to see is somebody, I don't know if you agree with me with this, but I would like to see Tino Martinez. I would really like to see him give it a crack, or even a bench coach or somebody like that. And if they're thinking about Brad Ausmus as their next manager, please, no. I mean, Aaron Boone wasn't a sexy name, and we're putting up with that. Imagine getting this guy. I mean, no. You got to get somebody who's been a winner, who's won everywhere he was gone. It's not easy. They're all either, unfortunately, deceased or they're getting old.
Personally, I would pillage the Tampa Bay Rays organization.
Yep. Would you take their manager?
Sure.
Definitely.
Because what you have in Tampa is a constant influx of young players developing and getting their skill sets up to true major league standards. That's why that team is never out of it, no matter who they trade. Now you look at the Yankees. The Yankees have a crop of young talent that we are going to have to play on the major league roster. Why not bring in a staff that can get the best out of them?
Yeah, no, I agree. But I don't know. We have the game in hand today, Ken, and what do you call? I mean, obviously, I think they're going to hit Montrose. I mean, that if they can't hit him, we've got serious problems.
If they don't hit Montas, it's because he's walked the planet.
Okay.
He is not overpowering anybody. He's hitting his third start since his return from the IL, and he wasn't sharp in any of the other two. Hell, he's got a 6 ERA for a reason.
Yep. Graham has a point. Most managers are the puppet of the GMD train.
Well, if we were doing a wholesale swap, I'd look at Kim Ang to come in as possible GM replacement, because I wouldn't want the guy that is following up Cashman right now, because that'd just be a different face with the same philosophy. And Kim Ang was dealing with the Marlins, trying to bring their crappy organization up with a bunch of young talent, and she quit because they traded everybody who had any value on the team. Same reason that Jeter left the organization.
Well, they kind of forced him out. I think it was one of the deals he made they were very unhappy with. I think that started. There's always something that is leading up to something small or whatever, and then leads up to catastrophe. I think they wanted him out, to be honest with you. That's what I just don't see Jeter here, because how do you? Well, I mean, just like Cashman, you'll never fire him. He might be doing a really bad job. The same thing like with Mattingly. Mattingly becomes, let's say, the manager, and they're not doing well. They won't have the heart. The fans will go nuts. You fired Don Mattingly? Are you out of your mind?
Everybody's fireable. Joe Torre left. Yeah. Yogi left.
Yeah. Well, Yogi, we know that story.
Yogi got tanked, but Yogi in Yankee history and tradition was beloved.
Mm-hmm. John the Beagle Dad, welcome aboard. How you doing? How's your holiday weekend going? Hope you had a great 4th of July yesterday. And maybe the Yankees can give us a win today. What do you think, guys? What's everybody thinking about Rendon today? And who's going to be the star, your hitting star for today? I'm gonna say 7 1/3 with about 8 strikeouts. He's going to give up maybe 2 runs, and maybe one or 2 walks. And I believe the hitting star of the game is going to be Dominguez. And I want to say, I'm going to say Judge. Although I think Bellinger could take this guy downtown big time. So, I would go a minimum of Bellinger, a couple of hits. I think Judge is going to go deep. And I definitely Dominguez is going to have another good, very, very hearty game. So, I mean, that's my thought. Ken, you?
As far as pitching, I think we'll get at least 7 out of Rodon. Think he'll give up a solo home run, 1 earned run, and probably 8 plus strikeouts. As far as hitting stars, Bellinger, possibly Rice. Outside shot, Wells.
Well, LB's very definite about it. We're going to lose today, Joe. Rendon 6 innings, 3 or 4 earned runs. Yeah, but if you're saying 3 or 4 runs, Yankees are going to get that off of Montrose. It's just we don't know what's going to happen in the bullpen. But head on, I think the Yankees will keep up and probably be ahead then. No, I don't think it's an automatic loss today. As a matter of fact, I just hate to predict it because I was wrong yesterday when I thought they were really going to pack it in. And it started beautifully with the 2 home runs. But then it all went, sank the ship. So I don't know. I'm confused. With Munts on the bump, Wells should be able to hit. With
Montas on the bump.
Right. But remains to be seen. Let's see it happen. Yes, they're going to destroy Montas.
But you can hear it live on Yankees The Ugly Truth at 4:00.
That's right. And then right after that, guys, you come right back here for the post-game show. Right back here. No matter whatever time it is, it doesn't matter. We will be here getting ready to dissect hopefully a big Yankee win. And I mean a big Yankee win. We can sure use it today. Basically, final thoughts. I think, we are an hour away from game time and relax a little bit and get ready for the game, hang out with some family members, and then we'll dissect, we'll watch the Yankees and listen to Ken do the play-by-play, and then come back here and we'll dissect the game. So, Ken, final thoughts?
Like I says, I think it'll be a good day. We'll break our 5-game losing streak and get off to Snide.
Okay. Graham says, if Rendon doesn't go 7, we are in serious trouble. I mean, hide behind the couch trouble. Wow. That means trouble, Ken. Now, listen.
You know what? If Pablo Reyes was on this team, we'd have our backup pitcher.
There you go. Right now we don't. Well, let's see who would come in. I don't know. That's a good question. Probably Ben. Nah, they wouldn't put Ben Rice in it. I don't know.
No.
I don't know who they would put in there. That's a. Well, let's hope we're not down like 14-0. You know, I mean,
Maybe DJ. Use him as a sacrificial
that would
line.
be that. It's
If
probably
he takes the
something
line drive to the forehead, you're not losing a frontline player.
But anyway, now you got me laughing. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming on the stream. Doing this so that you guys can enjoy a little lunch, little dinner, and then we'll go watch, hopefully, the start of a new day for the New York Yankees. So, again, everyone, thank you so much for the stream. As you are coming in and out, please press the like button. Everybody new in the stream, please subscribe. Same thing when you go to Ken's channel, The Ugly Truth. Subscribe and also, of course, press the like button. I think you're going to like the play-by-play, no question about it. Let's see. Peraza's our blowout pitcher, Jason C. said. Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. With that, everyone, I wish you all a great day. Like I said, you got an hour, and then come back to us. Come back to Ken and the Ugly Truth channel, and let's win, and then we'll have a happy recap. We'll have a nice talk on our pregame show tonight, a postgame show tonight. Let's go, Yankees. God bless all of you, each and every one of you, and your families, and God bless America. Go Yankees! Go Yankees! Go Yankees! Have a great day, everyone.
Yes, sir.